to the CNA Candlepin Challenge, a production of the International Candlepin Bowling Association and CNA Sports. Hi again, everybody. Back inside the Woburn Bowlerdrome, John Holt and Dan Murphy, along with Trina Fernandez, and we got a new champ last week, John Zappi.
That's right. Going to try to make it 2 in a row, but let me tell you about some of the changes we have this year. First and foremost for the bowlers is bonus money. 3 consecutive marks is worth $50, $50 for every marking concession. After that, in the same game, everything else is the same. The strike pool, the triple strike pool is still in effect, and it will split that among all those who accomplish that feat. But the most popular thing, I think, this year is the audience participation. If you show up for a taping, we draw a name out. If you're the lucky one, you get up and throw a box. If you can get a strike, we give you the jackpot. And it grows by $25 each week. It'll be worth $125 this week. If you get a spare, we get $50, and if you get anything less than that, we give you $1 a pin. But it's been really, really exciting.
And that'll be coming up between games 1 and 2 of the championship match. We'll speak with the reigning champ, John Zappi, in just a second. But first, to Trina Fernandez. Trina?
Thank you very much, John. I'm here with our challengers today, Tim Goodwin and Ken Spicone. And Tim, first time on the show. I know you're feeling a little nervous. I can feel it. I can sense it from you, but we're here to let you relax.
Okay.
So what's your strategy today?
I'm just going to go out there and try to bowl my game. In one string, it's a tough, one string matches are very tough, so just hopefully get up there and throw my ball and see what happens.
Well, it's a good strategy. Anything can happen in one string, just like you said. And Ken, you've been on the show before. You're an experienced pro here, and I see that you brought along a very good-looking group of supporters.
Yeah, my whole family's here to support me. It'll be a big help today.
Does that make you feel better?
Yeah. I like the noise, and some fellow bowlers are here.
Well,
it's gonna be good.
I agree. We've got a lot of people here today, so you're going to hear a lot of noise. So I think it's going to be good for both of you. Back over to you, John.
Trina, thank you. John, you beat Gary Carrington to advance. We didn't have a chance to talk to you after that. Didn't have enough time on the last show. That was an impressive win for you.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Gary's one of the greatest bowlers ever, and I was just happy to come out on top in that match.
Well, your confidence has to be high. Good luck today.
Thank you.
We're back with the Challengers match right after this on CNA. Welcome back. All set for today's Challengers match. Ken Spicone Jr. on the right. Newcomer to the show, Tim Goodwin on the left, and Ken will go first. The winner of this one-game match to advance take on John Zappi, our reigning champ. Just 3 weeks now. This is our 3rd week into the new season, the CNA Candlepin Challenge. Using lanes 35 and 36, and not a terrific start for Ken. Picked off just that 7. Oh, what a recovery. That was the plan the whole time. A big smile on Ken's face. Good crowd on hand. So we involve the crowd more than ever this season with our strike challenge. Glad you're with us at home as well. 7 on the fill.
Oh, right up and over the 7 pin. Excellent try by Ken.
Gets all 10. Want to let you know that the strike challenge number's been updated. $125. Earl doing the honors. It's official. Once he's adjusted it and updated it, it's officially written in stone. 125 moves up $25 each week that a strike is not made, and
wow,
good
lively crowd
for Tim Goodwin. So matching marks in the first. Over to the second now, the fill for Tim.
Oh, and a big strike on spare.
What a way to debut. No rookie jitters for this guy.
Wow. Any butterflies he had, certainly are gone now.
Ken in the third.
And he drops 9. I tell you, this guy gets more airtime than you and I put together in a week. Really does it all. Own theme songs.
And backwards through his legs.
Yeah,
backwards through his legs.
Backwards, yeah.
The no look.
Oh, Ken's just sliding by on that 9 pin for the mark.
Every pin crucial in a one-game match. He gets all 10 of them. To the fourth.
Such a big crowd. It took Earl 10 minutes to get back here to his seat. Oh, and these balls are on fire. Right by Ken Spicone.
Geez, I wonder if Tim Goodwin's got some friends here.
I guess he does. Going for $50 if he can throw another spare or strike up there. Oh, looked pretty good going in. He leaves himself the 2 and the 7, and then the triangle 6, 9, and 10 in the right-hand corner. But a piece of wood behind the 2 pin could give him a chance at this. Catches the 2 pin, he's got a chance. Sliding by.
Open in the third, moving to 46. His lead at 9, but now opposite the strike here in the fourth box. Had a strike of his own on 36, back in 2 to Tim Goodwin. Won't go in the back row, so he's got the 4 horsemen right.
There must be a story behind this lead because he's smiling and some of his cronies back here kind of give him a ribbon. We're going to have to dig into this and see what the story is behind that.
So consecutive 9s, the lead's at 8, but Ken's going to add to his total through 4 because he's got 2 balls coming up in the fill after that big strike in the 4th.
Looking for the double strike. Good news, dropped 8. Bad news, bad piece of wood.
3 and the 5.
Looks like he could hit it low and go after the 5 pin, just clip the wood. But he's up high. All bets are off. Good boy.
Slides by on the left.
Didn't want to do that. That ties the match up, though. Maybe you want to keep it close.
even at 55 before complete. So that's at $10 in the 5th.
That's what he was trying to do.
I took out 3.
Ken uses a 5-step approach. A little unorthodox to take that many steps, but it works for him. 2 small ones and then 3, or 2 normal ones and then 3 small ones, I guess. 19 in those 2 frames, though. 2 open frames for Tim Goodwin to work on. Match all tied up after 4 completed frames. Well, he wanted the 10 pin to go down, leaves himself a chance. 2 and 7. It'd be nice if that wood would freeze up against a 2 for him. Looks like it may. That helps a little bit, too.
Yes. Got it. There in the 5th.
Kept the ball in play. Ball took out the 2 and the 7. He got about 5 of those pins. The crowd got the other final 3. Finishes with an 8 drop.
Yes. It's pretty apparent the Tim Goodwin fan club is having their weekly meeting here in Woburn this week. A lot of support. It's got 4 marks through 6. Back to Ken. Gonna need a little something. Something other than that.
Well, I'll tell you can throw some wild balls, but boy, then you push the ball in there and they just explode. Gotta try to get that first ball in there, though. Like that. Triangle in the left-hand corner, the 4, 7, and 8. Now, may have a roadblock now out in front. I just try to clip that wood on the left-hand tip, and hopefully something will come off the right sidewall. Drove it right straight through. Great shot.
Now back to the story of Tim Goodwin. Is that first the replay?
See the replay, just enough to keep everything in play. Drove the ball and the pins right straight through that triangle.
$50 ball here. There's a chance to with the second one too if he can make it 3 spares in a row.
He's got the 1, 2, and 10. Piece of wood in between the head pin and the 10 pin, but first order of business is try to corral the 1 and the 2. Got a chance. Oh, wow. Good effort there.
Strong 10-box lead at 17 pins all of a sudden through 7. But he is opposite the mark.
Right through the middle.
Spread eagle.
He's trying to protect the 17-pin advantage. Of course, Ken has already put a mark up in the 8th. Going to lose a few in count, I would say. 15 pins, final 2.
This ball is hugely important for Ken.
Right, because he needs at least 1 more mark to catch him, to catch Tim. So just want a decent fill and put that other mark right up and maybe throw a mark in the 10th.
Strong fill of 8. 3 in the 5 now.
You should be concentrating on that 3-pin. Got to have the 3. Too far to the right. Thought he might steal it off the piece of wood, but so he'll definitely need at least a mark in the 10th to force Tim to at least pin out. Get a mark and a big fill. It could force him probably to get a mark. Oh, that's got to go. That's got to go. That was half over. The wood swung around back of it, stood it back up. Now he's looking at the 5 and the 10. Not an impossible shot, but wouldn't want to try to make it for the match. That's too bad. That way he put that ball right in there. So Tim is just going to have to keep the ball in the lane and avoid a real bad frame, and he'll go on to the championship round.
Needs to get 14 pins over the final 2.
Pretty good 3 marks for 121. He only left 2 pins standing the entire game.
Gets 8 right there. Leaves the goalpost 7 and 10.
Probably go in the right-hand tip. Hope the ball take the 10, and the wood take the 7. I don't know if it's got quite the angle.
least get one here, just for some insurance. It's a bad 10th frame. Can't pick up the one, though. He's got to get
6.
6.
5 to tie, 6 to win.
Six for the win. There it is. So Tim Goodwin in his debut on the program is going to have a chance to dethrone the champ, John Zappi. Oh!
What a finish.
Look at that crowd shot.
Take a look. Excellent. Very well done.
132, 121, and an 11-pin win for the new guy, Tim Goodwin. We're back with the start of the championship match after this on CNA. Welcome back. Good crowd on hand here in Woburn, and glad you're with us at home. All set for the championship match. And the reigning champ, John Zappi, shaking hands with the challenger, Tim Goodwin, who's got a lot of support here today. You'll hear the crowd in the background if you haven't already. John, winning last week over Gary Carrington to take the championship, looking to defend it this week. 2-game match, as always, in the championship round. Coming up between games, our strike challenge, $125 up for grabs. John Trefoletti will go for that number. If you can get a strike. If not, $50 for a spare. Otherwise, $1 a pin.
John starts with a 9. After a disappointing result after that first ball, looked like a pretty good one going in, left himself at 5, 7, 10. Off the head pin this time, and he gets a better break. There's a justice there, huh?
Earl on the scene. Cue that theme music, folks. There he is. Not quite as stylish as
No.
he has been recently.
He don't want to show all his tricks all at one. The first taping, you know, or second, third week of the show this season. You got to save a little bit. Mark for John in the second.
Now it's Tim Goodwin out of Lowell. He's operating on 35. 6 go.
Tim does a lot of his bowling out of the Academy lanes in Amesbury. And of course, winning the roll-off at the Viking Recreation in Bridgewater. Almost starts with a spare.
Matching 9 instead. Opposite the spare in the second, though.
Wants the 5 to go, it does. Leaves himself just a 10. Trying to match the mark put up by John Zappi. No.
Early advantage to the reigning champ. Take a look at Tim's 2 nephews, a pair of Red Sox fans.
Still?
2 loyal kids,
All
hey?
right, all right. Zappi wants the 7 to go, and he gets his wish.
Fill of 8.
Trying to make it 2 in a row and 2/3 of the way to $50. He's got it.
Making a statement early is the champ, John Zappi.
Just barely catches that 6-pin and stays in play and knocks down the 10. Okay. Strike or spare, we got $50 in bonus money. Gonna have a chance. Well, from here I don't like the wood, but like I said, we're at a oh, there you go. It's ugly, folks. It really is. That first piece, I think you have to come up on left of it, but it could just snap away and not even touch the second piece. Oh. Put the checkbook away, Earl. I don't need it right now.
55 through 4. Tim Goodwin after 2 open frames to begin with. Operating in the 3rd.
Little break towards the end. Leaves himself just the 1 and the 3.
Got the 3, left the head pin. A 9 and a pair of 10 boxes for Tim. On to the 4th. Three, 6, 7, 10. Doesn't like the way the wood's moving.
No, that's not good either.
Open through the first 4. Earl again. The summer conditioning program.
That's how he glides from lane 35 to lane 36, just like a gazelle. I mean, just poetry in motion.
So look at that, 17 pin advantage is 4 in for John Zappi at 55 to 38. Two, 4, 7, 6, 10.
Tried to split the 2 and the 4, just went by the 2 pin.
Ten hangs around, so it's a 9. Five is the only one not to go.
This wood out in front, I think if he's below the, no, I'm not so sure. I'd say below the red line, which would take it, but can't really tell how much distance there is between the wood and the pin. No, not a problem.
His 3rd mark through 6, all spares, 2, 3, and now 6. Crowd trying to rally Tim Goodwin, who's without a mark, through 4.
Well, they'll have a chance here at the 3, 5, and 6. triangle.
He's on the board with a mark.
And that gets his fellow countryman back into the match here. I like a little noise for him. It's got to be worth a few pins. They start screaming and hollering.
The fill. Got him 7. He is opposite a spare from Zappy in the 6th.
I think you got to play the 6-10. That piece of wood.
Gets all 10. Right now it's a 9 pin advantage plus the next ball for John Zappy. We'll find out what that is when we come back on the C&H Candlepin Challenge. John Zappy doing his best to defend his title this week. Currently up 9 pins as he steps in with a fill in the 7th. Three fills, previous marks of 8 and 8. And this time it's 7.
3-9 and the right and the 7 pin. It looks to me like the angle of that wood could deflect the ball into the 7. Worry about it because he throws pretty hard. The ball doesn't go up and over the 7. Nope.
Yes.
Actually, the wood took it. Good shot, 2 in a row. Again, sets himself up for possible bonus money. Oh, he's going to have a big shot here for bonus money. $50 pin looking at him. That'd be the 4 pin.
Slid by to the left.
Obviously doesn't need the money.
Independently wealthy.
109 through 8 for John Zappy. Tim Goodwin 65 through 6.
Takes out 6, leaves the 1, 2, 4, 7.
Oh boy. Always amazes me. You can get the 1 and the 2, leave the 4 and get the 7.
Coming up between games 1 and 2, John Trefoletti, this week's winner in our drawing for the Strike Challenge, will attempt to win the $125 jackpot. Tim Goodwin is in desperate need of a mark. This one is slowly slipping away here. Game 1 winds down.
There it is.
And he is going to get right back in it.
Not an easy spare, but the wood was all set up for the 4 and 7. The 4 and 7, and the ball just took care of the rest. Big mark, much needed.
Zappy in the 9.
Oh, well, that was a quick one.
And an answer with a strike.
To quickly slow down the slow-mo on this one.
Two-ball fill.
It's at the head pin, 6-10 with a 7 pin. count John out in this one either. Like I said, don't count him out. Spare on strike. Very quietly, methodically going about this first game. 129, 139 on the ball, and you see the replay of that last spare.
Make it 3 in a row to finish.
Right, throw a strike here. We'll give you the $50, John. Nope. Too bad that one pin, the single pin in the 7th, cost him a lot of bonus money.
Sim here in the 9th.
Eight-pin drop on Tim's spare and really has to keep marking. And he does. Great spare under pressure, a lot of pressure.
Needing to stay in striking distance.
You see the replay. It's a difficult spare alone. And of course, knowing that you're falling behind, you need them.
6 on that, Phil.
This one will test him. 2-4 on the left, 6-10 on the right. Trying to split the 2 and the 4. He's got a respectable game. However, the champ threw a 142.
142-117, down by 25 pins. The champ looking good as we get set for game 2 next on CNH.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with our lucky audience member, John Trifoletti. John, where are you from?
Waltham.
Waltham, Massachusetts. You feeling lucky?
I hope so.
All right, let's go win $125, okay?
Okay.
All right, go get them.
All right, John shooting for that 125 because there was no strike a week ago, so we added 25 to the starting total of 100.
John checks the approach out, make sure it's not too sticky. Yeah, loosens his shirt up. He's ready to go. Guy means business.
Off to the left. You get a second ball. $50 for a spare if he can pull it off. Same spot?
Nope.
All right, one more. Third ball, third and final ball coming up. $1 per pin.
That was the one he wanted. Yeah, $8.
$8.
All right, John, $8 in a t-shirt. Not bad.
Not bad.
All right, thanks for doing it for us. All right.
All righty, we're back for a Game 2 championship match. You too can be our Strike Challenge bowler. Just show up, enter our drawing on a weekly basis.
Well, Tim Goodwood needs he's got a strike challenge in front of him. He needs a few strikes. And there's almost one of them. Oh, we got the wood is stopped right there. And it's a complete roadblock right now, but if he comes up high, the left-hand tip of that wood should contact the second piece, and he's got a chance of making this. Oh, got it from behind.
Nice way to start.
That's what he needs. His two nephews there rooting him on.
Fill of 7.
Well, the 2, 5, and 8 doesn't sound too bad, but the 8 with the sleeper in the back, always difficult. almost like you got to flush in the 2-pin to get the 5, but I mean the 8, but you might move the 5. Well, put 1 mark up. What you have to do each time you get up there, trailing by 25.
One, 2, 4, 7. Looking at John Zappi.
Of course, John, leading by 25, wants to do the same thing. Put 1 mark up each of my 2 frames. You should be in pretty good shape at the end. But he doesn't put 1 up in the first, so Tim will cut into that lead somewhat. Lead drops to 18.
If you didn't have a chance to see the strike challenge in week 1, Helen Fellows, first ball ever in the strike challenge, a strike, $100.
That easy. 1, 5, and 9 out of there. Spread eagle plus the 8-pin for John Zappi. Ouch.
So perhaps a little hope for Tim Goodwin.
Still got some work to do with his 3rd ball. But you don't want to give us a bad frame and have him gain pins without throwing a mark. So he gains 3 more and count. Lead now just 15, John.
Tim looking at another mark or 2 here in 3 and 4. Certainly has the crowd support on his side.
I'm surprised any of them stand up with this crowd. Got to catch the head pin.
Nine box. One mark every couple boxes would be a good pace, so we'll need one here. Oh, yes!
That's a big one.
10 the less to go, a strike for Tim Goodwin.
That's what the doctor ordered right there. Unflappable is John Zappi, though. You're going to have to beat him. He's not going to beat himself.
3, 6, 10. 4 also to the left.
Oh, what a spare.
Nice bowling.
Split the 3 and a 6, jumped it into the 4-pin, and that's why this man's champ. Excellent.
Now the fill in the 4th. Opposite the strike, of course, from Tim. Good fill of 8. Looking at the 3 and the 5.
Trying to go 2 marks in a row. And he does.
Spare on spare, 2 in a row.
Again, he gets most of those pins back, still leading by 24. Came in leading 25. Of course, if Tim were to throw another strike, he could eat up that 24 pins in a hurry. No.
6 go.
You know, here's one you might have wanted to miss the head pin. Go for the 4 and 7. Catch that wood on the way by. That's what he's trying to do. Excellent shot. Excellent shot.
3 marks through the first 5. Pair of spares and a strike.
I'd like to see that. That's something most Candlepin bowlers, they think, well, I've got to hit the head pin. It's a great spare. Deserves a lot more than that. He's got the 5 and a 7. Piece of wood there could help him on that spare, though.
$50 bonus ball.
Catch the 5-pin clean. Should push that wood into the 7 for his 3rd mark in a row.
Yes!
Unbelievable. 2 terrific spare shots off the ball of Tim Goodwin.
That'll get him $50 in counting next time he steps up.
If he caught any piece of that wood before he hit the 5-pin, would have turned it and he would have missed the 7. It's 2 great shots. John Zappi just goes about his business, dropping 8. Nothing to panic about.
That was a fill.
4-7 left.
Looking for his 3rd in a row.
A little more difficult shot. He can get by, though, the wood out front, but just barely. Tough for a left-hander. Well, a little easier for a left-hander. There's 3 in a row.
We're running out of checks in Earl's checkbook.
It's two shows in a row that John's picked up at least $50 in bonus money. Last week against Gary Carrington and this week against Tim Goodwin.
Looking at another 50.
And he's got it. Another $50 there.
And I don't think Zappi's going to be beaten on this day. He is just too consistent. Take another look. 4 marks in a row.
Looked like the 7-10 there for a minute.
Back with the final stretch, Sean C8 after this. Tim Goodwin is having a decent match, but John Zappi is having a terrific match, and that's the difference.
Going to start looking at John's 2-game total here pretty quick. He's going to, opening weeks of the show of season number 6, he's going to have a pretty good total. But back to the business of Tim Goodwin. Just got to think about getting bonus money and let the rest take care of itself. Well,
he's got 3 marks in a row. Got the $50. The spare here would make it 4 in a row.
I think you probably want to try to. I'd try to cap that wood, but you might want to try to split the 3 and the 6. It's a difficult spare. Anytime I can get a piece of wood moving, I feel it's to the advantage of the bowler. Do some damage on the way by. All right, he's got to pick it back up again. He's got to get back in the mark column right away.
This is his 8th box.
And he does, right back with a strike. Pretty impressive for the first time under the lights. Pretty impressive. Bowling very, very well.
4 marks in a row and counting for John Zappi now.
Every one is $50 now if he can keep the string alive. How about a double? Oh, my. That's worth 50, but this next one's worth 1,050 possibly. He's got a chance to go over 300 if he keeps going. Oh, my.
Looked a lot better than it ended up getting him.
That's a break for Tim. You put 7 or 8 there, and this match is over, but Tim still has a chance. He's just 6 on that one.
So it was 5 marks in a row. Total of $150.
Well, he's down by 38, but if he was to throw another strike like John did, and put the double up there, all bets are off. And he's been throwing a good ball. No reason why he can't. Of course, it almost is a must. And there it is! Oh, my!
Except for the 7.
As good as any he's thrown all day long. He left the 7-pin. Double piece of wood. Difficult. You almost want to slow the ball down. Spare on strike.
And now his final box. Tim Goodwin may not win today, but boy, he deserves a better fate.
That's right. He bowled terrific. He's got to keep marking. Of course, he'd love a strike to set him up for a double. And he's got the strike. Keeps himself alive.
3 in a row again.
Another $50. I think you really need another strike. Pretty good ball going in. Yeah, terrific. 155. And 272. So John Zappi needs 131. He's already at a 120. So he doesn't need a mark. Well, I don't think he needs one. He's going to make it interesting. If John didn't throw that double strike, that could be the difference of the whole thing. If that was just a couple spares, Timmy's still in this match, but he needs 3 pins.
There you go. Surviving a late flurry from Tim Goodwin. The champ remains the champ. Will it go? Yes. Good things coming to those who wait. Extra ball, too, coming up.
We need to throw a strike here. It'd be 300. No, I think it'd be 390. Consistent.
284.
142, 142.
284 when you double those. 272. 12-pin victory for John Zappi. Nicely played match. Back with the wrap-up. Welcome back, John Zappi, winning again this week, but boy, it was not easy. Tim Goodwin, one tough opponent.
Unbelievable. Oh, it's an unbelievable match. It was probably one of the best matches I've ever been in. It was awesome.
Well, you don't change your demeanor. At least it doesn't look like it. You're probably churning inside, but you just kept on the headpin, kept doing your business and getting the marks. And when you threw the double, you think, I've got it in the bag until that first ball, the next one. A 1 in the 8, I believe, a 1 in the 9.
Yeah, there was a little relief there. And then when I punched the 1-9, I was like, uh-oh. I was like, I got to get a good fill in the second one. But just unbelievable. Awesome bowler. Awesome.
Terrific. Both bowlers.
Congratulations. We don't get a chance to talk to Tim, but Tim, well done. We enjoyed having you on the show. John Zappi will be back next week. We'll see you, too, on the CNA Candlepin Challenge.